Okay, so welcome to week 4. And what we're going to go over quickly is our discussion today is about muscle atrophy, what causes flab, hypertrophy, how you get toned arms, legs, abs, women versus men on muscle mass, and will lifting bulk me up, which is the #1 question you're going to be asked by any client that you have. And then, hold on, still admitting people. And so we want to make sure that you understand that before we start the training. All right, so focus on good form, that's #1. And so good form, first of all, is not moving too fast nor too slow. Moving too slow is like a waste of time. Moving too fast, you're going faster than concentric and eccentric. And so you just literally, you have to be going at a good tempo, but not so fast that your muscles can't actually flex. And so that's critical. And it's not about cheating. So the main thing that clients are going to do, they're always going to try to cheat. And so that's human nature. Always wants to steal shit and cheat. And so it's your goal to make sure that you stop them from cheating. And so the way to cheat is they're moving too fast, or they're not straightening out their arm all the way on a move, or squatting down low enough where it will actually work and be effective. If they've got a problem like a knee issue or a back issue and they can't get that far, it's better to give them another exercise to do in the middle of a group session or one-on-one where they can get a full extension, concentric or eccentric move. So I've got people with really bad knees. They cannot squat, they cannot do lunges. So why would I have them do a lunge or a squat that's going to be half-assed? It's not going to get any, you're not going to get anywhere with it. So what I do is I'll say, okay, do a high knee, because high knees are no pressure on their knees. Now I can actually get some usage, or a wall sit, or a lot of martial art kicks. So a lot of those things can be alternatives. Good biomechanics is critical to avoid injury. Almost every single injury happens when the person is done with the last rep, or there's 1 or 2 reps left to go, and then they get irritated or annoyed and they cheat on the last 2. So if they are doing like a row and you see them with good form, then they start to get pissed off and annoyed, and then they go bang, bang with really crappy form and then throw the dumbbells down, and you hear the next day they hurt their back. So critical to make sure they don't cheat on any reps, especially the last 5. So you have to say, all right, you got 5 more, only 2 more. Don't start cheating now. Keep the form good, because that is where the biomechanics will get messed up. So biomechanics is the main reason why they injure themselves. It's always doing something stupid. It's usually the last 2 to 5 reps. Most of the time, it's not even working out. It's always bullshit, moving a box and doing bad form, moving a box and stuff like that. So that's critical to watch that.
And if you see somebody starting to get worn out and they think they're just going to like muscle through it and throw the weight around, stop them, because that's also the #1 reason that people get hurt. So it's some version of letting your muscles be too loose. So either they're literally fatigued because you push them too hard and you're going to try to keep pushing them through a range of motion that they can't sustain, or it's throwing things down and you're letting the whole body go loose in that way. So the reason that you want to keep everything flexed every single second that you're moving weights is because that's what actually keeps all your muscles safe.
Yeah, exactly. So the next part is making sure the muscle you want to change is actually working. So a lot of times people don't realize firing. So muscles have to fire in order for them to actually work. And so you've got your primary movers, which I've taught some of you this. You have your secondary movers, and then you have tertiary, which are the surrounding muscles. And so a lot of times when people, when they look good when they exercise, it means all 3 of those muscle fibers are firing. They look good. The exercise looks good. They look good doing it. Their body's actually changing. Whenever I see a client that just is kind of cheating on a bent over row or whatever, I have to see which mover where's the problem? Is it if it's the strength, they can't lift heavy weight. That's your first idea. All right, you're not strong. You can only pick up 5-pound dumbbells. Secondly, if I got you up to 8 and 10 and 12-pound dumbbells, I've increased your strength. Why does your form still suck? Well, the balancing, which is your secondary muscles, the balance ones might not be good. That's why a lot of times when you see us help you on bench, it's usually we help you with the balancing or the secondary muscles. Those need to get stronger, and you can only get strong with that with good form. So if you're cheating on your form on bench, you're not going down to your chest like you are taught to go. you're going to be cheating out the ability to get your secondary muscle stronger. And then the third muscle group is tertiary, which are the surrounding muscles all around the muscle you're using. That one keeps you balanced, makes the form look good, and really makes you get strong. So you got to have all three of those firing, and it's critical to start at a weight where it's not too easy, but it's not too hard, but it's one where we can actually start to recruit all three of those types of muscles. So that's critical to know. You and your clients get hypertrophy results being worked for, oh, wait a minute, goodbye mechanics to avoid injury. The proper form is key for these things. So I've been going through them. Time is not wasted doing stupid form, looking stupid, and getting no progress. I think there's nothing worse than going to a gym and seeing somebody do stupid form. So the more in the know you get, the more you're going to get disgusted when you see someone do stupid form. So don't do stupid form yourself, and then that'll make you actually be able to be aware for your clients to make sure they're not doing stupid form. Yeah, exactly. Remember, no progress and injury equals you lose the client. And this is critical. So if you're going to be a good fit coach, you don't want to lose your clients because you're allowing them to get injured and they're not getting any progress. So it's critical that you actually pay attention to good form right now yourself.
The other mistake that I've seen trainers, beginner trainers make, they think they're going to get more respect if they make their clients do really hard and or really complicated things. We had a trainer, for example, that because I don't know where he did this. Maybe he did it football practice. I don't know. But anyway, one of my clients told me that he was having a group go stiff leg down, swing the dumbbells out, and then stand back up.
Oh.
Dumbbells down, swing them out, and then back up. And because she'd been my client for so long, she went over to him and she was like, Brittany wouldn't allow me to do that. What can I do instead? And he was like, oh, okay, all right. And so again, he was new. He was the new kid. And he was like, well, I'm going to get my respect. Okay, we're not in the military. That's not what's happening here. So keep it safe. Keep it simple.
Yeah.
And when you can do when you can give people the For Dummies version, that's when they actually respect you because then they understand it.
Yeah.
So
And
one
they
of my
don't get
biggest
hurt.
shocks becoming a trainer is you spend all your time learning all these details and passing tests and learning all the muscle group names. And then people are like, how do you work your wings?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, all right, wings.
Yeah.
Wings. That's what we're dealing with here.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
keep it simple.
Keep it very simple.
Right. Nobody's going to understand your lingo. You could be talking bullshit and making up words and they wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah.
But don't do that either.
Right. All right, we're moving on. All right, muscle atrophy versus an active muscle. These pictures are really cool. I need you to look deeply into the actual percentages here when you're looking at the actual images. So if you look over on the left, a normally active muscle, you two need to come up to actually see, then actually get up closer. So normally active muscle, if you look at that and you see this muscle, you see how full it is right here. And so what you're actually looking at inside of that person, you're looking at about 3% connective tissue, 1% adipose fat, 96% muscles filled up, okay, with myofibers. And so that's usually a nice, strong muscle. When someone comes to you for the first time, they're a new client, they're going to be sedentary, they're going to be weak. This really is not even an age thing, what you're actually looking at when you look at their muscle. So look at this smaller muscle here. You're looking at 26% connective tissue. Oh my God. 4% fat in there, and only 70% myofibers. So they have so much muscle mass, and this happens to us too. So if you stop working out, which I'm going to show you on one of these screens, how fast you start to lose your muscle mass inside that muscle belly. So see how full it is right here. This person's got a stronger muscle. They can move a lot more weight. They can handle the tension. And then the actual formula that's inside that muscle is almost no fat. And that's why it looks so good. There's not a lot of fat in the muscle. You come over here, it's weaker, got cellulite on the arm or cellulite on your stomach or cellulite on your hips or whatever. That's because there's too much fat in the muscle right in there. And so muscle atrophy, an active bicep compared to a sedentary atrophy bicep. Muscle atrophy is the loss of muscle mass over time. The majority of dimensional decay comes in the form of lost myofibril content, okay, those fibers in there. So next page on this. So here's a real person. And so this person was in a calf, so you can see the atrophy calf, and then you see their regular calf. And so how fast does it actually happen? This is very shocking, but you need to be aware of this, and you need to keep this in your mind, and you need to constantly remind your clients of this as well. So disuse of any of your muscles, wherever they may be, will start to break down at the rate between 10 and 42 days. And you're going to lose about 0.5 to 0.6 of total muscle mass per day that you're not working out. So that's pretty critical. That's why you don't want to get to the point where you stop lifting, or like this shows, if you do get injured, that's how fast the atrophy happens. And then again, if you look over here at the photo, look how full the normal muscle looks, and look what happens to an atrophy muscle. So if someone's been gone for 2 weeks, you cannot give them the same weight they had 2 weeks before. Doesn't matter if they're an athlete, doesn't matter how strong you got them up to. Within days, they're already starting to atrophy. You cannot go back to that training. You got to ease them back in over a week or two.
You have to reset their expectations, because I've had clients come back and say, all right, I just want to jump back into it. Or they'll be like, no, I feel so weak today, but I want to do exactly what I was doing. I want to do the strong weights I was doing before I left. And you have to reset their expectations so that they don't get injured. If you're the professional in this situation, you need to take control of the situation, including their expectations and what they're trying to do that could lead to injury.
And that's the thing. So right here, 10 to 14 days, how quickly atrophy happens. You just need to know that. You need to see these images. So atrophy is mostly driven by inactivity, clearly. This is a great saying right here. When there is no stimulus to move the body, there is no biological impetus to maintain or increase your muscle mass. Your body is so efficient. It's like, well, you're doing nothing. Here's my normal active muscles right here, my muscle cells. When I start to get inactive, all of a sudden loss of mass happens. Here's atrophy, not as full. See that adipose tissue starting? So when people say, is my muscle going to turn into fat, or my fat going to turn into muscle if I start working out or if I stop working out? Those cells don't turn into each other. Fat just starts to fill up your muscle. So it's kind of stupid, the question they ask, but in reality, they don't switch out. Fat just starts to fill in the area. Then aging and inactivity starts to get really bad. So loss of cells will happen. And then you'll see that disease right there that actually starts to happen. So as we age, you're supposed to be lifting more, not less. You're supposed to be doing more, not less as you age. Okay, what's the minimum training needed to maintain size? Now we're going to talk about hypertrophy. Well, we got a couple more screens left. So hypertrophy is you're actually making the muscle grow. There's a couple different things. You've got your muscle growing actually in size, or you have the muscle getting stronger. And so they're completely different things. They don't work at the same time, and different training styles will change what actually happens in the muscle. So you need to understand that. So the bare minimum work to maintain your size, American College of Sports Medicine, several different organizations have proven that about 2 to 3 sessions a week, you can hold on to what you have. All right. So whatever you created in your body, you'll hold on to it with 2 to 3 sessions a week. You start to fall below that, you're going to start to go into atrophy. Your body's going to start to break down those muscle fibers. So it takes about 2 to 3 sessions to actually maintain what you have. If you don't like what you have, that means you got to increase the amount of times you put tension on those muscles. So the very first thing when clients say to you, well, how many times should I work out? Well, the first thing is, what's your goal? If you're trying to be an athlete, you're trying to compete, you're going to pretty much be working out part-time. So you got about 20, 25 hours a week of work that you need to do in your workout. You should be doing something almost every day. So maybe 1 day of rest off or whatever. So that's an athlete. If someone is just like, I like how I am, I like how I look, I just want to kind of be strong, 2 times a week is fine. They can work out with you a couple times a week, but understand what's happening. So it's tension that's on the muscle. And then let's go to the next screen here. I need to read a little bit more. Hypertrophy. So that's the growth. So you're trying to get the muscle fiber to grow. When the muscle cells regenerate from progressive resistance training. Hypertrophy is also described as an increase in the cross-sectional area of the muscle. So you saw those pictures earlier, nice full muscle fibers. The result is from an increase in the size and number of your myofibrils, which I already showed you the previous thing, per muscle cell, as well as an increase in structurally related muscle tissue, such as ligaments and tendons, along with an increase in stored nutrients. Okay, so the stored nutrients and enzymes in the muscle fibers. So if you're eating good, which is sports nutrition, which is how we got started with you all, talking about sports nutrition with you, when you're eating healthy and clean, you're constantly storing protein and good fats and those good vegetable carbs or root carbs in those muscles so they can move good. You notice if you go out for a night of drinking, you ate shit, you drank a bunch, then you try to work out, what did you store in those muscles? You got white claws in that muscle. You got You got Bacardi in the muscle. You got, you know, pizza, grease in the muscle. Now you're trying to lift. Oh, that's how bad it made her feel. Yeah. Yeah. So sugar going in your muscle in excess is definitely not going to feel good. So good, healthy nutrients go into those muscles and help you lift. And so that's what we want to put in those muscles. The muscles also store more ATP and CP. This is a lesson I did with Diane for powerlifting. By the way, Diane is a ranked powerlifter, #1 in her weight class, so she did a great job. But ATP and CP, you're going to read about that when you get any kind of training certification, creatine phosphate and ATP. This process helps in activities that involve strength, power, and speed. And so the more, let's go back to that picture, the little skinny atrophied muscle versus the full muscle. The more you work out, the fuller the muscle is with ATP and CP. We want that. So you want that muscle to get fuller with that. It makes it so much easier to actually lift and get results.
Melinda,
What?
when my left foot was casted, you recall it was back at the Old Body by Todd.
Yeah.
I only ever tried to do reps on that left foot. But I think one of the other things everyone needs to understand is that you can't have the expectation that it's ever going to be the same size. Mine are negligibly different still to this day, and I'm a power lifter, but they won't ever be the same again because it's going to be really hard to build that back up from where it gets.
What's different sizes?
What was the different size?
My calf muscles from when I had my ankle broken.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's atrophy.
You can't really
yeah.
ever get
Yeah.
back to like when one works and the other one hasn't worked at all. No matter what you do, this one still kind of works. So
Yeah, if your joint is
people don't
Yeah.
notice it until I point it out, but my calves are still not the same size.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
thank
that's
God
atrophy.
it's just your calves and not like your
Yeah,
biceps
nothing
or like
else.
the quad, something that matters.
Yeah. Exactly. Something that we care about. You know?
Yeah.
Okay, so muscle atrophy would reverse these hypertrophy benefits. So all the work that you're doing and all the work that your client's doing, you have to be very careful if they go on a trip, they travel, whatever, that you make sure that they keep doing some kind of exercise on their own, or they do Zoom fitness. That's the whole purpose of this. They actually do a Zoom workout, even if they're traveling. So atrophy doesn't start to set in 1 week or 2 weeks into the actual workout. So that's why actually working out on Zoom is fantastic, being able to actually help your clients not lose any gains that they have. And the loss of muscle is immediately felt. It's a loss of strength, a loss of being stable. So stable skeletal structure. Even when someone runs, when they lose muscle, they can't even run good. The running is awkward. Yep, coordination. Durability of resisting forces from opposing tension also gets so weak, you can't handle it. All right, next up, we got, all right, will I bulk up? I think this might be the last one before the recipe. Yep, this is the last one. So this is the biggest myth. This is the biggest question that your clients are going to ask. Am I going to bulk up if I lift with you? And so I've already showed you the pictures about bulking up. Fat doesn't replace muscle. Muscle doesn't replace fat. So there's not a thing of that. But there's also a such thing as lifting weights and actually not changing the muscle size at all. And that's predominantly what we do with clients. A bodybuilder is trying to change their actual muscle size. But for the most part, general fitness people, they're not really interested in changing their muscle size unless they say, I want to change my muscle size because I'm competing. Other than that, otherwise, they're just working out to lean out. And so what happens with that? Hypertrophy can occur without major increases in strength, but there also has been shown a correlation of increase in strength as well as cross-sectional area of muscle, but then no size change. So strength is the ability of the neuromuscular system to produce internal tension in order to overcome an external load. So that means you're getting stronger. So if you bench 65, now you're benching 95, then you can bench 135. You have been increasing the neuromuscular system to handle more tension against your muscle. That doesn't mean your muscles are going to change at all. Doesn't mean the whole look of your body is going to change at all. The ability to gain strength can occur without dramatically increasing the size of the muscle. Gaining strength but not size directly relates to changes in the nervous system. This increases from the coordination of muscles during weight training exercise, an increase in synchronization, recruitment, and the firing of motor units. So what does this mean? Let's say you want to change the size of your shoulders. You have to recruit more muscle fibers in order to change the size of your shoulders. Our typical sessions are not going to be we're not going to be doing heavy recruitment of muscle fibers and a lot of firing. Our sessions are to lean people out and not cause them to actually get big. But a bodybuilder does many, 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 many reps of a single exercise. So they'll just do tons of giant sets, getting into 50, 75, 100 reps on one thing, one muscle, because they want the size of that muscle to grow. And so for general fitness, for just leaning out and looking good, regular workouts in the range, if you see at the top here, hypertrophy versus maximum strength, your reps in the 6 to 12 range, which we do, 3 to 5 sets, which we do, rest period 0 seconds to 60 seconds, we do that. So we're not really causing bulk up for any client. So the answer is no, our type of training is not really going to bulk you up. I would have to go out of my way to put a program together to actually change your muscle size if that's what you're looking for. And that's a completely different type of training. So that's how you're going to kind of squash that and get it squashed immediately, because that's their number one fear. Are you making me lift a lot of weight and it's not even heavy weight? Am I going to get big? No, I'm not going to bulk up. We're not training for bulk up. All right, last part is just the recipe of the week. So every week I try to give you a recipe of something to try. This is stuff we haven't tried yet either. We've never done this. This is a shiitake noodle that Cindy, who's one of our fit coaches, told us about. So I bought it, but I haven't tried it yet. But I have 2 recipes on here that look pretty good. One could be vegetarian. You could just use vegetarian stuff in there or no seafood. So this one was called yellow curry noodles. And then the other one looks really good. Low carb chicken tetrazzini. Anyway, this one looks really good too. All of them can be made, no lactose, no dairy, so forth. And then there's the links for them. Anyway, what is this noodle? This would be a substitute for any grain noodles. It's in the refrigerated section where the vegan stuff is. It looks just like this. There's a spaghetti version and a fettuccine noodle version. So again, we're going to try it this week. We've never done it. It has 3 carbs in it. So all you vegetarians probably have already tried it. I have not. But look, everything looks super low on it. So let's give it a try and we'll get some feedback next week and see how we like it. All right, that's the end of this lesson. Now we are going into the workout. So make sure you've got your dumbbells, get a step or some kind of chair or something nearby.
Okay, what I had them set up with is 2 heavier dumbbells. If you have heavy and light ones, you're going to be using the heavier ones for bent over double rows and also some RDLs. And then you're going to need at some point a lighter one that you can do a lateral raise with. So just be prepared for that with the weights.
And then the last time we worked out, I kept butting in and giving tips. I'm going to be working out with them this time. And during a couple water breaks, I'm going to come in and just say a couple things during those couple water breaks.
Also, you can come over here and look at people's form up and down and like do shout outs.
Yeah. I probably won't do that. I'm not going to do that. Anyway, what I'm going to do is you'll see me walking around with the group here. I may walk around and just correct some form, because if you are doing a group that's live and you don't have to be in front of the camera the whole entire time, you are going to walk around a little bit and look at people's form just to make sure everyone's form looks good. So that's kind of what I'll be doing. So just make sure you're watching off of that. Okay, now I'm getting off the stop share.
Okay, we're going to get warmed up, jog in place to get started. Working at jog, you could be Melinda, low impact, side to side. Let's do a body weight side to side squat. Get the hips opened up. Don't go down too low. Let everything get loosened up and warmed up slowly. Okay, let's do one leg in front. Knee is bent just a tiny bit. Stretch out the hamstring. Good mornings. With one leg in front. Take it halfway down. Keep your back nice and flat. legs, other leg in front, take it down. Oh no, Christy's video froze. Video froze. Okay, one more time through, jog it out first. Christy just said it doesn't look like anyone needs submitted, right? What? It doesn't look like anyone needs submitted if it doesn't. No. Christy just, I know, she said if anybody else having a problem for video froze, so it must be like her internet connection. It was fine on here. Happened to me at school, just like resource. I know, so I was Jan when I was training her today. Back to side squats here. Go down a little bit deeper on the second set. Get everything really loosened up and stretched out. One leg in front, good mornings, get a really good stretch, and then hips forward, tuck your butt under every single rep. Switch legs. Good, cut. Okay, first exercise here. We're doing speed skaters. You can either jump on these or just strap it out side to side. Find your rhythm and go. Ten more seconds here. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, alternating high kicks. Try to get that knee above your hip line. Don't snap your foot out too aggressively. Go. Make sure you're breathing through this. The more you breathe, the better you can actually push athletically. Ten more seconds here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Down into a semi-squat position. We're going to do quick feet. And then when I say rotate, when I say go, you're going to rotate 90 degrees. We're going to the right clockwise on the first round through. So start down, semi-squat position, quick feet, go. Keep your hands up, keep your chest up. Keep your abs tight when you're doing this. Go, turn. Go. Take it to the back. Go. Other side. Go. Back to the front. Go. Side. Go. Back. Go. Side. Go. Front. Keep it here. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Then back in that semi-squat position. You're going to squat down, touch the floor with one hand. Back up. Don't straighten your legs all the way. That's what makes it hard. Stay in the semi-squat position. Never come fully back up. Don't give your quads a break. Go. Make sure you're keeping your abs tight on this, because if you're not, your low back is going to start feeling it, and it's going to start taking up too much of the force and hurting partway through. Good. Keep those hips nice and low. Ten more seconds. Hold it, guard. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay, we're doing some arms next. A-frame push-up. So feet are going to stay about hip width apart or a little bit wider. Walk your hands out until you're about like so. Keep your legs straight. And then your goal is to take your forehead down between your hands. If you can't go all the way down, then just go halfway. This is going to use a lot of your delt and a lot of your triceps. So if you have to get those stronger, just go halfway down. I'd rather you have the right forearm and just go halfway. Okay, A-frame push-ups. Get set. Go. Good. Yes. Looking good, halfway. Five seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay, now grab your 2 heavier dumbbells. We're going to do a bent over narrow row. When you do this, you want to make sure your back is flat, and then your armpit line is going to be just above your hip line. So you're just above being parallel. Keep your shoulder blades back, and then we're going to do a narrow row. Both dumbbells nice and smooth, all the way down, all the way up. Get set, and go. Good. Halfway through here. Seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Set that down. Now we're doing something called ski squat. So you're going to start with your feet kind of narrow. So basically a little closer than hip width apart. And then you're just going to squat down and then back up. But again, not all the way up. So it's going to kill your quads and keep your obliques tight the entire time. So arms up, shoulder height, going all the way down, and then not all the way up. Get set. Go. Extra for my WTF.
Come in with your sundress and mini shorts and maybe like 1992 fashion all over again.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Have a seat. Hands propped up behind you. One leg, left, goes back. We're going up. Control it on the way down. Don't rest it on the floor in between. We're doing 20 seconds on one leg and then 20 seconds on the other. Get set. Keep your abs tight. Don't slouch back too much. And go. And switch legs. Go. Five seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Stand up. 2 of your heavy dumbbells. You're going to have your feet out wide, toes turned out slightly, and then we're doing a stiff leg down to the center. Get a good stretch, and then squeeze your hips all the way through. Squeeze your butt at the top. Get set. Go. Good. 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 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. Grab your lighter dumbbell. We're doing a front lateral raise. We'll do 20 seconds on one arm, then 20 on the other. Make sure when you do this, elbows stay soft. Dumbbell does not go higher than your shoulder. Keep it under control and really go anti-gravity on this. Okay. Get set. 20 seconds. Go. Good. Abs nice and tight the whole time. Five seconds on this side. Switch side. And go. And cut. Good. Okay, we're going back to the top. We're going to try to get 3 full rounds in, so this is going to be a little bit less time for each interval. So speed skaters, jumping or tap it out. Get set, go. Good. I mean, I know I'm supposed to be correcting them, but these two have been my clients for like 10 years, so they're pretty good at this point. But if I was correcting them, this is what it would look like. If you do something wrong, I yell at them. It's fine. Good, cut. Alternating high knee snap kicks. Drive that knee up, snap it out. Go. You know, I have to look like everyone else, so it's not perfect. Three, 2, 1. Good. Stutters, stutters. We're going counterclockwise this time. Go. tell you about. Turn that way, go. Linda, you need to like your oil insert. What? Your oil insert. Tell her about it. Oh, yeah. Well, go, stop. Go, other side. Go, back to front. Go, side. Go, back. Go, side. Go, front. Good. Okay, right here, start in the ready position, down, back to the ready, down, back to the ready. Go. Keep your abs tight, shoulders up, each set. This plays a very important role in your workout. Five more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Upside down, right into A-frame push-ups. Get set. Go. Eight more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back up. 2 heavy dumbbells. Rows. Don't let your chest sink too low. Get set. And go. Woo! 10 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Set that down. Knee squat. Don't come all the way up. Feel your quads. Get set. Go. Seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Quad raises. Chest up. Get set. Make sure you're flexing that foot back. That's going to flex your quad. Set. Go. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. Go. And one. Back up, 2 dumbbells, feet out. Hip legs down to the center. Get a really good stretch down. Squeeze at the top. Set. Go. More seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. Lighter dumbbell, front lateral raise. Keep it tight the whole time. Get set. And go. Hit what? Switch arms. Go. Five seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Grab a drink, catch your breath for about 10 seconds. Then we're going back for one more round. We're only doing 15 seconds with each thing, so make sure you push. 15 seconds, that's it. Last round, then we've got abs. Okay. Speed skaters are first. Only 15 seconds. Push it. Keep it tight. Get set. Go. You're halfway through already. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up for snap kicks. Go right into it. How easy this is. The first round you did 45 seconds. Now it's 15. What? And set. All right. We got about 3 seconds each direction. So set, go. Turn. 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 Good. Walk down. Touch. Back up. Set. Go. Ten seconds left. Good. Looking good. 3, 2, 1. Down for 8-frame push-up. Get set. Go. Pump them out. Good. Push it till the front delts and triceps. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Back up. 2 dumbbells, bent over row. Get set. Go. Good. Keep those shoulder blades pinched, elbows up. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Set them down. Skier squats. Quad burners. Get set. Go. 15 seconds here. Halfway through. 3, 2, 1. Down on the floor. Quad lift. Get set. Go. Halfway on my leg. 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back up. 2 heavy dumbbells. Sumo. Stiff legs. Last set of these. Get set. Go. Good. 5 seconds. go. Last set on front lateral raises. Get set. Go. 15 seconds each arm, then we're going down for abs. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Switch arms. Go. Three, 2, 1. Good. All right. Okay. Time for abs. First, we're going to be doing a side plank. Now you can either do this on your forearm, you can do it with an arm up, you can do it on your hands. We're going to do 30 seconds on one side, then we're going to go into a side leg lift crunch for 30 seconds, and then we'll flip into the other side. I'll explain the crunch more when we get to it. Get set up for your plank hold first. Side plank, you can do forearm, you can do hand, whatever modification you need. 30 seconds, and go. Good. Halfway. If you need to modify it more, you can drop a knee down also. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now. Okay, now answer her ass. All right, set up for this crunch. The bottom leg is going to be bent for stability. Top leg is straight out. Bottom arm is out perpendicular on the ground. Top hand is behind your head. And then you're going to crunch the straight leg and the elbow up together. Go. Yes. Good. This one is a killer for love handles. Three seconds. 2, 1. Switch sides. Now we're doing a plank hold on the other side, and then we'll do that leg lift crunch. Get set. Plank. Go. Good. You can see Irina, she has a knee down. She's like black on black over there on the mat, but she has her knee down. That's a modification. She just had a C-section 3 months ago, in case you're wondering. So she's not going to be our modified model forever. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Other side. Arm out perpendicular. Hand behind your head. Side crunch leg lift. And go. 30 seconds here. Good. Halfway. 8 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. On your back. Legs up in the air, Indian style. We're going to crunch up from here. When you're doing your crunches, chin off your chest. Look up to the ceiling. Support your head and neck. Get set. Go. 30 seconds like that. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. From there, drop your feet down. Now we're going to crunch elbows and knees together. And all the way back down to the floor. Get set. Go. More seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set. Both legs straight up to the ceiling. Hands behind your head. We're just doing a basic crunch from there. Get set and go. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We're going to stretch out. All right. Stretching. Have a seat. Put one leg out, put one foot into your inner thigh. Okay, legs are out, both arms up, turn, one hand goes down on either side. Let your forehead just sink down to your knees and let your spine round. Stretch out your neck a little bit here too, get the tension out. Okay, now right toe is out, reach out with your right hand, stretch up, open up your chest and stretch out this oblique with your left hand. Good. Back to the center. Switch your legs out. Stretch up first. Both hands. Twist. Fall down. One hand on either side. I totally just thought. What? Good. My left foot is out. Reach out with left hand. Right arm up. Open up the chest. Stretch out the oblique. Good. Okay, now both legs out. You don't need them full out in the Chinese splits. We actually want to use this to stretch the hamstrings a little more. So toes up, flex your feet back, and then walk your hands out. Try to get your elbows and forearms down and keep your feet flexed, toes up to the ceiling. Good. Walk them back up. Bring your feet together. Plant your right hand behind you, left hand up. Sink it down. Stretch up. Twist your spine. Good. Back to the center. Left arm behind you. Right arm up. Drop it down. Twist. Good. Back to the center. Bottoms of your shoes together. Press your knees down to the outside. And then kind of alternate side to side, see if one's tighter, press them down. And then from here, lean your chest down, tuck your head and your chin down. Good. From here, stand it up. Knees slightly bent, bend in half, grab your elbows, put your weight back into your heels. You should be able to pick your toes up off the ground and rock back into your heels from here. Then after you're done rocking and finding your balance, just let your whole upper body go loose and hang, stretch out that spine. Take a couple deep breaths here. Good, roll up nice and slow and controlled. Hands behind you, stretch out your chest and shoulders. Rock it back and forth a little bit. All right. We're done. Any last words?